system and all in those days. So it so happened that His Divine Mercy that we were able to get Pada Namaskar in the very first darshan which I had in 1981 April. At that time, like my brother who's younger to me, also got admission into Swami's Vrindavan campus. Okay, and the summer course also was being conducted at that time. So the people who interviewed my brother, they all talked about the summer course. And so from that day, I've been following the summer course. And I just want to quote what Bhagavan said in the inaugural discourse of the very first summer course. In that discourse, which is, I'm sure each and every one of you, at some point of time, will work through our district president and get you a copy of that, book of the summer showers in Vrindavan. So in that discourse, Bhagavan said, all of you are indeed very, very fortunate that you spent 30 days being a part of this summer course. And as the speakers must have told you, in those days when Bhagavan conducted the summer course, Swami delivered a divine discourse every day to the participants. 1 year he delivered, a complete discourse on the Ramayana. On some other day, I think he spoke about the Bhagavatam. On another occasion, he spoke about Indian culture and spirituality. And there are various themes on which Swami would choose a theme. And there would be an eminent speaker who would address the students in the morning. I think in the evening, typically, Swami addressed all the participants. And every day there was a very good music program and all of that happening here. So I want to quote two instances. One is, I will just complete Swami's discourse. He said, I am building an army for the future for this country. And he said, all of you who are fortunate enough to be in the summer course today are going to be the future general and the major of that army. That's what he said in the first summer discourse when he inaugurated, and he said, all of you I have chosen because Indian culture and spirituality has to be preserved. And for that, I have chosen you to be a part of this today, because in the future you're going to be either the leaders of that army, that spiritual army which India is going to have. So I'm saying, as we stand at the threshold of, let's say, a great future for this country, because all of you today, I'm very sure, you're very, very active on social media, you're tracking what's happening. We are already the 5th largest economic power in this world. We are hoping that when the Prime Minister is voted back to power, we'll actually be the 3rd largest economic power. But then, as Swami said, all of this economic power has to be carefully managed. How it can be managed is only by young people like you, because Swami said that the people who are getting old, I'm not focusing on them, because they have very, very limited. He says, if you compare it to a train journey, he says all these people who are elderly are going to get off the train very soon. Therefore, in this avatar, I'm actually spending a lot of time with the youth, because they are the ones who have a long journey to cover, and they are the hope for this nation. That's what Swami said. So I think each and every one of you, I want to appeal that all the precious thoughts which have been shared with you by all these revered speakers starting from yesterday morning, I really want you to keep this in mind and say, how can you actually practice this in your daily life? Because from my vantage point, as a young boy who came to Swami when I was 18 years old, and I just turned 60 last month, okay, so what has helped me in ample measure is the fact that my parents said, follow what Swami has said in your daily life, and they taught me these values. The values of being truthful, the values of hard work, the values of integrity, the value that, you should preserve your own self, your own values wherever you go. I think all of these things which Swami has so well articulated in various discourses, I think all of you would have heard, and I think you will hear more of it as we go along. I just want to make a humble request to you saying, if I have benefited from this, then I'm sure each and every one of you, because whatever Swami said was for humanity. It was not for one particular individual. Not just only for his students, or not just only for the participants of the course. Because I will give you an example of our earlier state president, Mr. Nagesh Dakappa, with whom I've had the privilege of working for more than 30 years. He was invited as an observer, because Swami said, Ninige vaisagbittide, Ninige summer course alli tolakagala nanu, adu nenu observer agi barbodu. So he came as an observer, and he was there in the full summer course. And even he says that the way, the Swami was inspiring all the young people who are in the summer course to follow the values. He gave multiple anecdotes which are relevant even today. Each and every one of you can relate to it in a big way. So I'm saying, as you leave this summer course today, I want to make one request to you. And this also I will again, close by quoting Bhagavan. So Bhagavan said to all the devotees in Saikulvant Hall, he said, I've been speaking for years. All of you have been hearing me speak for years. All of you come here and make copious notes, lots and lots of notes you make. But he says, how much you are practicing is known to only you and me. So he said, an ounce of practice is better than keeping on talking about a lot of theory, because that knowledge what you are carrying, if you put it into use in your daily life, what will happen is that, you will gain from that experience and you will become a better person. So I want to say that I am one of those. There are millions of people, but having had the good fortune to interact with you today, I am one of those whose life has been very, very greatly influenced by the teachings of Swami. And, when I was 30 years old, I took an international flight for the first time. Many of you, in your 20s also, you will take an international flight, but I'm talking about, an earlier generation of people. I had to wait till I became 30 to take my first flight. And I remember telling my father that this is the first international long-haul flight I'm taking, and, you will have an anxiety, right? Because you've never done this before. So my father actually told me what Professor Anil Kumar told him. So when Swami actually told Professor Anil Kumar that a lot of devotees are inviting me to come to the United States, to come to Canada, and I'm not able to go in physical form, but I'm nominating you as my representative to go and address them. So then Anil Kumar sir said, I have never traveled abroad. I don't know who they are. What am I going to speak and all that. Then Swami said, don't worry, I will be there with you as you travel and deliver, these messages of mine. So Anil Kumar sir did a 30 to 40 day travel, came back to Prashant Nilayam, reported back to Swami and said, Swami, I traveled everywhere. People received me with a lot of love and devotion because I went on your behalf. But one thing happened, Swami, you said you will be with me, but I never got any inkling. I did not get visible proof that you are actually there with me. Then Swami said, no, I was actually there with you, and I will tell you how I was there. And Swami said, I want you to recall all the flights which you took in the last 30 to 40 days. You will notice that actually the seat next to you was empty. And I was traveling in that seat with you. So my father said this to me, that was in Bangalore, and he said, don't worry, this is what happened to Professor Anil Kumar many years ago. So I am sure Swami is going to be with you. So you please pray to him and you take this flight. So sisters and brothers, I just want to tell you, in those days, there was no international flight from Bangalore. So I had to go from here to Mumbai. In Mumbai domestic, I have to then go to Mumbai International. And then from Mumbai International, I took a flight 9 hours and 15 minutes from Mumbai to Johannesburg in South Africa. And I think I slept so well on that flight. Only when I woke up, the air hostess woke me up and said, in 1 hour we are landing in Johannesburg. I was sleeping so well. And then I realized that actually the seat next to me in business class was empty. So till today, I want to tell you, in fact, my wife, my son, my daughter-in-law, they're all aware. Wherever I travel in the world today, whenever I find a seat next to me empty on that flight, it will actually be the only empty seat. And on that day, I will say, here is Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba blessing me today, as we go, wherever we go in the world. So with this, I really want to wish you great success. I think the future of this country rests on all the young people like you, because people like me, as Bhagavan said, we are ahead in the journey. So he is placing his faith on you. His divine blessings are all there with you. And I'm 100% sure that whatever you do in your life, whatever choices you make, if you make it with strong faith in God, with great self-confidence, which is what Swami said, everybody should actually have self-confidence in their own abilities. Okay, I think what will happen is you will do the right things. Your parents will be very proud of you. The nation will be very proud of you. And of course, our divine Lord will be very, very happy with you because you have followed his divine teachings in your daily life. And I think that is the biggest return gift we can give to Swami for all the love that he has showered on us, all through these years. So let me thank Murthy Garu once again for this opportunity. And I really want to wish you great success. Okay, thank you so much. We look forward to meeting you again.
Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging words. We ask you to please accept a small token of our love and appreciation. A huge round of applause for our state president. Thank you.